Sri Lanka's Speaker of Parliament Mahinda Yapa Abeywardena has formally announced Gotabaya Rajapaksa's resignation as the country's president. Rajapaksa left the country on Wednesday amid severe economic crisis that sparked angry protests. He submitted his resignation letter to the Parliamentary Speaker late on Thursday after arriving in Singapore. And Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was named acting president after Rajapaksa left and resigned. And the Parliamentary Speaker said on Monday that political party leaders will elect a new president on July the 20th through a vote in Parliament. And for more on this, our correspondent Ravinda Bava is joining us in Colombo. Ravinda, now that Gotabaya Rajapaksa has formally resigned, how the public is reacting?
Well, even when the resignation came in last night, although it was being verified by the Speaker's office and the Attorney General, there were celebrations happening here. Today, it's a little bit of a mellow mood in the sense people have still not come, because we have to remember for the last 2 days there has been curfew which has been imposed. Although it is lifted right now from 5 a.m., we are still waiting. Probably authorities might announce a curfew again. So that is a deterrent for the people to actually come all the way from wherever they do come, from their villages, from other parts of the city, from suburbs, to join in this protest. But last night we saw hundreds of them here. The Speaker has made an important announcement that within 8 days the process of electing a new president will be completed. Until then, Ranil Wickremesinghe will be the acting president of the country. So we'll have to see now who's going to become the Prime Minister. While all the political action is going on, not much action that we see on the ground at the protest site at this moment, but maybe later in the day we might see more crowds coming in. Dongning.
Right, and the country is not stable both politically and economically. So what's next step from here for the country? How will Sri Lanka go through the political transition?
Well, the first thing is to establish political stability. There has been a lot of upheaval in the last few months and a lot of action on the ground, in the sense there have been clashes, there is instability in terms of law and order. So all those things have to be put in place. And that's what we heard in the Speaker's announcement. He has requested the public to follow the rule of the land and to follow law and order and not, be out there protesting. That's the kind of message the Speaker has sent. The Prime Minister and the acting president, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, has also been saying that. A lot of religious leaders, Bar Council have been requesting the protesters to not indulge in any kind of violence, which we have seen unfold on the streets of Colombo in the last 2 days. After all these messages came, we did see that the protesters have vacated all these buildings that they had occupied. So that was the first step from their end. The second step would be to have a political stability. So probably within a week, if the government is formed, an interim all-party government, to negotiate with IMF. Even IMF has this morning said that unless and until there is political stability, there is a smooth transition of power, there will be no talks. How can there be talks? Because there are no representatives here. So that's the first thing. After that is what we will see, some kind of economic stability coming in, which is going to take a long time, because the situation on the ground is very bad. People don't have all the essentials like fuel, food, medicines. They are standing in line for fuel for six days. So that is something, a big, they are really facing hardship on the ground, Dongning.